Are you crazy? Prophets Ezekiel and Isaiah are two examples of people who, in obedience to the Lord, did some things that every right-thinking person would consider as crazy. In Ezekiel chapter 4, the Lord asked the prophet to lie on different sides of his body for a good number of days, 390 days on his left side and 40 on the right, because he wanted to prove a point to the rebellious house of Israel. And in verse 8 he said to him, "And behold, I will lay bands upon thee, and thou shalt not turn thee from one side to another, till thou hast ended the days of thy siege." In verse 15 he said to him, "Lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith." In other words, still in a bid to drive home his point, God asked Ezekiel to bake bread with cow's dung and to eat it. In chapter 5 verse 1, the Lord said to Ezekiel, "Take thee a sharp knife, take thee a barber's razor, and cut it to pass upon thine head and upon thy beard. Then take thee balances to weigh and divide the hair." If you read further, you will see the crazy things the Lord asked the prophet to do with the hair. Burn some, smite some about with a knife, scatter some in the air, bind a few strands in his skirt, and so on. Isaiah chapter 20 verse 2. At the same time spake the Lord by Isaiah the son of Amos, saying, "Go and loose the sackcloth from off thy loins, and put off thy shoe from thy foot." And he did so, walking naked and barefoot. Isaiah was not a madman, but in obedience to an instruction from the Lord, he walked about with neither clothes nor shoes for 3 years. You can imagine that anyone who saw him would probably think that the prophet had lost his sanity. The truth is that anyone who wants to walk successfully with God must be ready to go crazy. Crazy in the sense that once you are sure of what God expects of you, you will do it, regardless of how it will seem in the sight of people around you. But unfortunately, many Christians are so concerned about what people will think of them that they avoid doing what God expects them to do. Such people end up making little or no progress in their spiritual life and ministry. Many Christians are so educated, so rich, or so high up, either in the church or in the society at large, that they cannot do certain things that God requires of them. For instance, there are many Christians who think it would be crazy for them to go to shopping malls or into the streets to distribute tracts or tell people about Jesus. What if their business associates or fellow elites saw them? Wouldn't they think they had lost their minds? Such believers seem to forget that if Jesus had not been crazy enough to leave his rainbow-circled throne to come down, suffer and die for us, we all would have been doomed. Many prefer to do their own preaching or teaching in the church only, and when people visit or call them for counseling. But then Jesus preached both in the synagogues and on the streets. That way he was able to reach many people who would not go to the temple. Some people, including intercessors, think it is crazy to fast, pray and weep over the problems of other people, churches, nations and so on when they have their own problems. That is why you find that many intercessors pray with all their heart when a prayer point raised is on something that concerns them. For instance, an intercessor who is financially comfortable but does not have a child will pray with tears when prayers are raised for childless couples. But when a prayer point is raised for brethren who are in financial mess, that is the time she realizes that she is sweating and needs to fan herself. Let's get crazy and allow the zeal of the Lord's house to consume us through and through. When people offend you, as a Christian, God expects you to forgive them even if they refuse to apologize. There are even times when you are expected to apologize to someone who is at fault just to honor God and allow peace to reign. God expects us to suffer wrong without fighting back. He even said we should pray for those who despitefully use and persecute us. We should love our enemies and do good to those that hate us. Are you crazy enough to obey these instructions? Are you crazy enough to keep on loving someone in sincerity even when that person seizes every available opportunity to show how much he or she hates you? While on the cross, Jesus, our perfect example, prayed for those who put him through terrible pain. You too can do the same because you have the same Spirit of God inside you. As a single lady who is advanced in age, would you be crazy enough to break your relationship with your fiancé, the only one who has shown interest in you, if the only condition under which he would go on with your wedding plans is if you cooperate with him to defile the temple of God and ask for forgiveness afterwards? To be able to please God in all your ways, you must be ready to do anything that he requires of you, no matter how crazy it appears to everyone else. Are you that crazy? God bless you.